Alright, I am just gonna record. This is Sea of Solitude Part 4, I believe. This would have been, I don't know. I don't know if I'm just probably just gonna upload this whole thing. Yeah, when I was recording this whole thing, my brother's girlfriend just came in and just interrupted me, being really loud. My setup's in my kitchen, so yeah, I don't have a private room to be like.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if it was.
But yeah, definitely. This is what that's what the whole situation is. So I have to re-record over it and everything else. And yeah, that sucks. So so far this game's pretty good. I don't have much of a problem with it. It's pretty good. It's not too bad. I thought it was going to be a short game, but it's pretty lengthy. I mean, you do kind of get some. I mean, if you were to buy it, you do get some good bang out of your buck. I got it because of the EA access and everything else, so it's all good. And but yeah, it's not too terrible. Not too terrible at all. So I hope everyone is doing all right. Surviving, thriving, I guess. Yeah, I don't really have much to say, I guess. I'm not much into of what's been transpiring the last couple of weeks, so a lot's been happening and shit. So I don't know if you've talked or ever listened to our podcast and everything else. Fix that. Oh, okay. Alright, I'm just gonna have to hold this. So, but yeah, definitely. I don't know what anything has been. I have yet to upload anything new. I have a bunch of stuff on the backlog, and I need to just sit down and just edit all the way. It's just it's not like that I don't like doing this. It's just I don't know, it's like the environment that I'm in right now. It's just really hard to function. And I don't know, it's just like it's really hard to bloom. And you know, I got so many great ideas. I got so many things that I can prosper, and I know I can prosper with all those with everything else. And I don't know, it just kind of sucks because I feel like that I do have some great ideas and everything else. And
you want a kiss too?
I don't know, it's just like I just feel like, I don't know, I can do better, but I just need time. And then, you know, I'm an essential worker. I don't know, I think phase 3 is happening right now because it is June. Pretty much everything's all back to normal, I guess. So I would say as an essential worker, I don't know, I've just been working a lot more than usual and everything, so it hasn't been too terrible. So I mean, the money's still flowing and everything. Okay, this microphone's like failing on me.
Okay. So
alright, there you go. But I don't know, like everything.
I don't know if I'm gonna make it.
I mean, I work in food, and I've always worked in food, and it's not terrible. It's just, I don't know, I think there's just a lot of things that I want to focus on, and I don't know, it just seems like if life were to throw me a bone, I would definitely
I don't get it.
not ruin that opportunity of continue on chasing that.
I have my own things to
Like,
do
let's
with
say if
that,
this
okay? Your car
But I'm
It's not just video editing, anyways, or at least just as YouTube as anything. You know, like, I don't know. I mean, I've been working since out of high school. Most people have worked during high school. I was lucky enough to finish up school and then to get a job. Like, I've been here supporting my folks over here.
I did not see that.
because they can't work, and I just feel like I need to move out so I can help Bloom. My mom doesn't see that way. She's the main holder that's trying to hold me back, but I don't know. She just feels like if I'm doing something controlled, that she thinks that. I don't know. My mom's pretty old school, so she believes in, like, if I work hard at one place, I'll get upper, you know, type management type thing, and that's where I'll thrive at. But that's not something that I want to do, and everything else. And I just need to move out and show her I'm able to do something else while I'm maintaining, because I'm always all about thinking about where money comes from and where it all goes. Because I mean, I grew up in a poor family. I grew up poor, you know. I mean they've always provided at least something for Christmas, some toys and everything else. But you know, it's just I've always knew that we were poor, and yeah, and it's just kind of. It kind of sucks knowing that your high school days, that the teachers know that you're poor, and then they had to help provide food for you. I'm like, really? This is kind of embarrassing, you know. And that's kind of like me having to draw all the straw, you know. Like, my sister doesn't understand. I mean, she also works too, but she just also, you know, she also wants to do things too as well. I want to do things, but I also got to learn that the work comes first, and I really want to. I don't know. It's hard to talk about because like I really do want to work really hard to get where I am, and I just need to, and everything else. So I don't know. It's really hard to talk about because like I want to thrive in my life. I want to at least be financially stable where I can take a couple of days off of somewhat work and, you know, still be good, you know, like, and it's just stuff like that, you know, like I'll be like, oh, I gotta take a few days off just for so and so for this, and I can, you know. I got hobbies that I want to do. There's a bunch of hobbies that I want to do. There's like, I do Dungeons and Dragons a lot. Recently with this whole COVID thing, it's been like about like 3 months that I stopped been doing Dungeons and Dragons. Monday was the first time that I actually did it, so it was nice to at least like see everybody, you know, happy and stuff. So it was kind of nice and everything. It wasn't too bad.
Mama,
so, but everything else,
said he was going to help me.
I don't know about how you guys are.
Why is he
I don't know.
working
I
again?
got 214 subscribers, so that's 200 people that
Why
I
doesn't
currently
he
don't
do
know.
things with us anymore?
But thank you for subscribing. I really do appreciate it. It's I've been on this channel since 2012, and that's a long time. I am 25 years old now. I remember a couple people. I know Markiplier started getting big around like 2012.
Okay.
PewDiePie, you know. Even though I think they started around like 2010 or whatever. It's crazy to see how their channels got really affected and big, and like most of the smaller channels just got, you know, unpackfully big. But yeah, I mean, it's quite crazy. I mean, it's just, that's how life is. You know, I mean, I still like doing this. It gives me a reason to think of something and to work on something, you know, impactful or not impactful, you know, just pushing out content that some consumer might like and everything. I mean, I don't really see it as a terrible thing.
Hello?
I like it a lot. I'm not too afraid of it. Ugh. It's crazy though. This video is going to be 57 minutes long, so I'm going to have to think of stuff to talk about in 57 minutes. I do got Minecraft Dungeons.
Leave me here alone.
I don't know, I got a lot of games. I got Resident Evil 2, I got Doom 2. I played Doom 1 on my channel, but I think it was just like one episode. And I never beat it at all. There's a bunch of games that I have this big problem where I would just buy a bunch of games and I don't play them whatsoever.
It looks
Like there's a bunch of games that I've legit bought and I've never played them. And that's kind of a problem.
Supposed to come down.
I know, I think I just buy it just to have them. Because, like I said, I never finished up Doom 2 or Doom 1. And there's only a couple of games that I have up there. I've legit, like, never finished.
Little local going out there.
Hell, I had Fallout 4 this whole time, and I've never, and I never finished it. I've still yet to know what the ending is. It's crazy. I never finish anything, especially in game-wise. I don't know, the only games that I've actually accomplished and like beaten was probably like GTA 5 or like what is it? Red Dead Redemption 2. I mean, I've beaten games. I have. They come out with so many new games like every month, and you know, like there's so many games out there. It's just like I love to play them all. I want to experience them all.
Hey, bottle friend.
Hell, I got
Strange that I
Animal
recognize
Crossing. I
all of
barely
them.
play that right now.
Strange that I recognize all of them.
It's crazy. So, but yeah, I don't know about all that and stuff. So it's yeah. How life is. I don't know. You guys are just hearing me talk, and it's only been 12 minutes. I'm sorry. I don't know what to do.
Okay.
Life is I don't know what to talk about in life. Life is an enigma. I don't know. I'm just I don't know. If you want to hear more things about me, yeah, I'm trying to find money and trying to get things going in life, trying to be financially stable. I'm trying to come up with some secret projects about RPG games, board games, you know, like Dungeons & Dragons style. But I won't tell you until I get the project done. And I'm barely working on that because, you know, I got no time because I've been working so much. I was a manager there. I was a manager, then they knocked me back down. The head owner never told me that I was going to be knocked back down. I was sick. In the beginning of the year, everyone thought I was just hungover the next day. I was like, no, I was legit sick. I got a doctor's note and everything. And everything else, and yeah, like everyone said, oh, he's just hungover. I'm like, bro, no, I'm not. So, and it's just crazy. I don't know. I was a manager. They were trying to, I don't know, it just kind of sucks. I think that's the reason why I lost my gumption to function, you know. She never told me that I was. I mean, like, who was going to tell me? The daughter wasn't going to tell me. She's part owner. Hopefully they're not listening to this because they know that I got a YouTube channel, but I don't think I think they're too busy with their lives to even know what's going on here. But straight up, they just, I was manager for like, probably like 2 months, you know. I thought I actually accomplished something. I was like, hell yeah, I've done something big. I've actually, you know, I actually can do this, you know. And without telling me, they just, put me back into hourly instead of salary, you know. And I told, the head owner's daughter and stuff, and I said, hey, what's going on here? And, you know, she's like, oh, well, my mom said all this and stuff. It's better that she explains it because it makes sense. I'm like, well, it makes sense because you're her mom, and it's just, you're good, so it's gonna have to make sense. And I was like, because, like, I was on salary, and it's a mom and pop shop, and, you know, they don't, like, they don't pay as much as, I don't know, they don't pay as most cooking jobs. And most cooking jobs, if you were to go into a good cooking job, it would cost at least, you know, like, for this new cooking job that I did get probably a couple of years ago, the starting pay that I got was $10.75. Starting pay is $10 if you're inexperienced, and that's pretty good, you know, for $10 and everything else. But it just, you know, sucks because like, I don't know, I've worked with these people, it's just the people that you worked with, you know. There's a type of culture that's been developed that, you know, that rises up in there, you know. That, I mean, that's the experiences, you know. That's, you know, the people there will treat you good, you know. I was able to become management at least in 4 years, you know. That was, you know, that's pretty good for what I've done. I don't know if I've just been incredibly lucky that most people have stepped down or left to go do better things, and I became a runner-up, or I was incredibly lucky. I like to think both. But I don't know, it's just crazy about how this whole thing is, and I don't know, it's just a whole new thing for me. And, you know, I told myself I was probably going to stick with them for at least another 2 years, you know. I'm not just going to be like, hey, management, see you later, you know. But I've gotten mad at jobs before. I mean, I used to work at IHOP for at least 5 years. I started when 18, and I didn't like, probably until, like, I didn't leave until I was like 22. So I think that's the math that makes it right. But yeah, I remember working at IHOP, and new management came in, and it kind of just pissed me off because they were not doing the things that I've been there for so long, and he just wasn't taking it so willingly that, you know, it just was terrible and stuff. And I'm like, we got 3 new managers, 1 night manager, and I never got in a fight with any manager. And there's this one management, she was a bitch, and I was just like, straight up, I was just like he was helping me, and she was yelling at him. I was like, hey, this dishwasher came and helped me, where were you? And she was like, oh, well, I was like, well, don't do that and stuff. And I got pissed off, and she started taking pictures because I left the kitchen a mess, and I almost left, and I was like, fuck, you know. I was legit furious, you know. I never gotten, you know. And then the new GM, he was just like, well, da-da-da-da, he wouldn't even fire her. I mean, she was doing terrible shit. I usually take a backpack there. She went through my bag and accused me of stealing, even though I had nothing in there. And I found out, but I didn't say anything in the beginning until she tried to accuse me of doing something else, and I was like, nope, you know, I could say this, but you went through my bag without, you know, and everything else. She didn't know that I found out, and I had evidence to back it up, some other dude, and I was like, hey, you know, don't mean to throw you under the bus and tell you. He's like, no, it's all good. And then boom, you know, fucking she got in trouble. I was able to go home, you know. I know, things like that. I gotta let in my dogs in the house. Oh. No. Alright. Let's see if I can fix this. I guess so. That's gonna have to be. So, but yeah, not much has changed, and I went into this other cooking position. It was another mom and pop shop. It was just a dude who owned this shop, and he's like, oh, I'm a culinary expert and everything, da, da, da. And I was like, okay, cool, I get to work with like real actual food, because I mean, at IHOP it wasn't really actual food. Most of that stuff was just processed made or half made. All you had to do was just add water to it and everything else. And like, I don't know, it's just most of that stuff was just was like, sorry, my dog was barking for some reason. But yeah, most of that stuff was like process made and everything. So most of that was not everything else. So like all you had to do was just add water to most of that shit. So all the soups, pretty much the egg was pasteurized eggs and everything. It was alright and everything and whatnot. But then after I left that, I told him all that, and he's like, okay, cool, I can hire you. And I was like, okay. You know, it was different because I had to work in the morning. I worked in late shift at IHOP. Sometimes I had to work mornings, but it was mornings, strictly mornings. We closed at 2 o'clock, so it was, I mean, it was nice having a night off, or, you know, working, you know, the day shift and everything else. But I don't know, his perception changed for me. You know, he was angry a lot. I was messing up a lot. It was a different environment than what I was working in. You know, it was weird. You know, I don't know. I was probably like 22, but I'd like to think that I was still a kid. Cause like throughout that whole time, it was just like, I don't know. It was weird. Cause I don't know. It was just, I was working with like full grown adults, and it was just like there wasn't really much to connect with. And it sucked because like I couldn't really connect with any of them because, you know, they were adults, and, you know, I don't know, it was just different. You know, they joked around with me, but he was just kind of like a hard ass. You know, I never met Gordon Ramsay before, but he was kind of like a close second.
All right.
But I'd like to think, I don't know, I guess, I mean, he is a cool guy, but at the same time, it's just like, he's like, oh, me and my chef buddies do not communicate. We just know what we have to do. I'm like, well, I think Gordon Ramsay always says communication's key, and he doesn't. I don't know. It was just really hard to, like, you know, move with him. You know, these two other guys were flowing with him and stuff. You know, I got blamed for half the shit that I'd even do, but over there, you know, like, it legit pissed me off. Like, legit, like, I legit just like fucking legit pissed me off and stuff. So there's a point in time where I just kept on calling in. I was just like, fuck it, I don't fucking do it. I can't do it. And, you know, he's just like, and so he fired me, which I understand. I'm not angry about him firing me at all, because you know, it's just
alrighty.
Yeah, I was I don't know, I couldn't do it. You know, that's, I always try to quit within reason, but everything, it's just, I just told my mom, oh, he just asked for me to have this day off, oh, another day off, you know, type shit. And never told my mom that I was fired. I was like fired for like, and then, you know, I didn't have a job for like 3 months. It started really tarnishing. So then I got a job at a rib place, which is the job that I currently work at, and I've been there since. Then I got a second job at a burger joint, and It's pretty good. And then I got fired from that job. It was a really stupid reason. I feel like the new owner couldn't handle, I don't know. It was weird. Like, I don't know. It just sucks. Like, when I was told I was gonna be there, I don't know, like, when I was first working there, I was training. I had to go through a different city to go train there and everything else. And I did go train there for, for at least like 3 weeks. They said it was only going to be like 2 weeks, maybe even at least a week. But I was there for at least like, I don't think I even got a paycheck just for training there. I don't think my paycheck even, I don't think, yeah, because I mean, I know it, I didn't even get a paycheck, but I guess I got lucky again, and I guess a guy who's going to be her head cook, he dropped out because the other store gave her more money, and so she's like, hey, I want you to be my head guy. And I'm like, well, hell yeah. And I said, I'll work my ass off for you. And I said, well, don't worry, I'll do that. And she's like, all right. But I guess there was a restaurant before then at that one store, and I guess they were moving locations and stuff, and I guess I mean, I don't mind them doing this either, but they were like, hey, we're moving the locations, you can stay here and learn the business for this burger joint, or you can go to the other side, or, I don't know, do whatever the hell you want. Most of the cooks stayed, and I was like, okay. And when I got there, nobody has talked to me or anything again. And they just said, hey, this is your new head cook. I was like, huh, I joked around. I was like, what about me? I thought I was the head cook. And they didn't even say anything. And it just really pissed me off, I've really worked my ass off for her, and I just said, hey, no one said anything about this, I just, I don't know, it just legit pissed me off. I thought I was gonna get, I thought this was gonna be like my, big dirty, I guess, but I guess not. And it just sucks because, I mean, I did, and then I won't lie, I think I became lazy after hearing that shit, because, like, hearing that shit just kind of just fucks you up, as a person, just like, damn, like, you work so hard and you do all this shit, and you're like, oh, thank you for working so hard, I'm gonna give it to this guy who, he's probably a nice guy. I mean, his name was, I won't say his name, but, he was kind of a dick at one point. I mean, he tried to, I mean, I don't know, he said, why did I open up a whole new case of lettuce when there was one right here? I was like, well, because there was romaine in that one, so I went in that. He's like, oh, I put that romaine in that case of lettuce. I'm like, why would you put lettuce, or why would you put romaine in this lettuce box? Then I had to open up a new case, and I was just like, why would you yell at me for it? Because I did not know. And so I legit told him, I was like, oh, there's romaine in that. And he's like, oh, I put it in. So, I don't know, it's just, and then, I don't know, like, my brother found out that he can get this job too, so he got this job as well within the time limit. And then eventually I got my sister in, and there was 2 other guys. There was 3, well, there's like 4 stations, one working pizza, one working grill, and then the other one setting up for the burgers and stuff, and then one working fryers. And so my sister was working on the fryer side. These 2 other guys who know the experience, this is like her 2nd day in. It was like when we're officially opening, and like those 2 other guys just quit on the spot because their hours got fucked up and shit. And I believe they're Guatemalans. Yeah. But I don't know. Like, if you work with the Hispanic community and you work in the kitchen a lot, if you fuck with their money, they will go somewhere else. And I mean, it is true. Like, they work really fucking hard. Like, if you mess with any sort of hours, or and if you don't have any explanation saying, hey, this would be this it, you know, you lost them forever, and you know that's just how they fucking roll, you know, and everything else. But yeah, and then it was just my sister there, and so I was working with this other grill guy, and my brother had his own station. He was working like salads and pizzas, and basically my brother stopped out, and like the head owner was there. He was a new guy. He doesn't like the original owner. He sold his part. Everything else, his owner, he's just only there for the money and stuff. And then he just started yelling. He's like, "Come on, guys, blah, 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 blah. Let's do this." Blah, 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 blah. Nothing encouraging whatsoever. You know, it wasn't even grand opening at all. It was just opening. You know, and we all tried and stuff. You know, and essentially, because like we lost half our crew because their hours changed and stuff. So yeah, we are gonna be, you know, we were all used to working with a full crew and everything else and whatnots, and it just sucks because like that whole shit just like kind of just like continued on and on, and my brother stepped in and like because that head owner was yelling at my sister and stuff. I didn't say anything because I was just like, oh fuck, you know, I was just kind of in my own head right now. And then my brother, he's like, she's just one person. Like, he didn't yell like harshly. He's like, she's just one person, and that's all. And then he got silent. And then eventually we started seeing our hours get depleted. They thought that we were going to be the exact same way and just quit, but no, we kept on sticking it through. You know, I was already bummed out because I'm no longer head cook. And so, yeah, my performance does lack a lot. But, you know, I came and talked to them. I was like, hey, your performance. I was like, well, let me know. I mean, of course, I'm going to start developing some habits. And I'm like, if you don't let me know, then I won't know, you know, and everything else. Keep in mind, I was still doing the other job from Steve's Rib. I don't know why I said Steve's Rib. The rib place. But that's where I work, Steve's Rib. I think I've talked about it before on my channel. But yes, I was working at that second job and everything else, and it just, you know, of all that thing stuff and everything else. So like, I don't know. Eventually, I got fired. There was a piece of paper on the board and said, "Oh, hey, honeymoon's over." You know, these are the type of, and like they had a whole list of people who got fired, and eventually some of those people did get rehired. I didn't get rehired. I was working at Steve's Rib, and that's pretty much it. And yeah, and then eventually when I was working at Steve's Rib, you know, eventually all this other stuff happened. There's a lot of stuff that's happened at Steve's Rib that I can recalculate, and I'm just like, oof. And I don't know. And then I did become management, and then I got kicked out. You know, the head owner, her name's actually the real name of what they associate the N-word with. And, yeah. And, I don't know. She is legit the embodiment of what you actually see. But she's a head owner, so she's like, I want to speak to your management. But I am the management whatsoever. But and everything else, and it's crazy, and whatnot, and yeah, and it's just so. But yeah, yeah, and so that's, I don't know, and I started getting into Dungeons and Dragons probably about like 2 years ago, and it's just crazy. Because, you know, it's just like, that's the shit that I kind of, like, fell in love in and stuff. I never thought I would. I thought that was like, I was pretty nerdy myself. I playing video games and shit. But I was like, Dungeons and Dragons is even nerdier. I can't even go down to that level. But, I don't know, I fell in love with it. And I was just a player. Then I eventually became a DM. Because our original DM, he left, and he moved to bigger and better pastures into school and into a better he used to be my boss at Steve's Rib. Now he kind of moved on up to the east side and everything else, and to everything, to higher pastures and everything, which I'm happy for him. Really am. I just hope that I could become just a better DM that he is. You know,
If I do then everything
I've been
will be
training. I've been going through stuff. It just feels like I'm always unprepared because, you know, everyone just kind of just fucks up. But then those whole things, you know.
I want this to stop.
But making stuff up on the spot does it does feel nice, you know. It does give me some good improv skills, and it wouldn't be so bad if you did learn about some improv, you know. And most people could do it on the spot, and it's pretty good and stuff.
He has his dreams.
So,
I can encourage him.
but
Support
yeah,
him.
I mean, I just want what leads up to my life, you know. I mean, I try to at least like try to earn some extra money and everything in life, you know. It's just not so bad, you know. I just wish that I don't know. I've been living with my mom since I'm 25. I don't know. I still see people who are like 30 who are living with their mom and stuff. So,
I didn't want to.
and I mean, it's not bad, but
I can look after someone.
my mom, like I said, she's pretty old school, and I just want to
But this,
blossom.
what can I even do here?
Because I'd like to have some time of my own, because I always got to cater to their needs. You know, every time I get off work, I always have to cook them dinner and everything, which is fine. You know, I mean, most people who do take care of their grandma and everything, they sacrifice that shit.
Wait,
I am not in the financial,
my parents used to talk
I'm
so
just not
loudly
financially
all the
stable
time.
where I can just do that
I'm
shit.
so glad you're okay.
You know, and I just need a little bit more
Who are
time.
your friends? Hi,
You know,
everyone.
I'm 25 years old. People, I've seen my old teachers who go up to that Steve's Rib and they're like, "Oh, hey, how you doing?" Obviously, they forgot who I was, and I was like, "Remember me?" But obviously, sometimes it always triggers them, like, "Oh, snap, that's what's your face and stuff," and I'm like, "Yeah," and I don't know, just
Be nice.
I just want to, like, I don't know. They're just like, "Oh," I'm just like, "Well, never went to college and everything." They're like, "Oh, that's all right, you know, you still got plenty of time to do shit and everything else." And I'm like, I don't know. In my head, I'm just like, they say that it's quite all right and everything, but like, it's just, I don't know. I just feel like I don't have time. Like, the world is moving faster and faster, and if you don't jump, it's like a highway where it's just like, if you don't merge in as soon as possible, you're just, you know, you're just gonna be stuck behind that merging station, and it just sucks, you know. And I mean, I really legit need time, or I don't know, or something, because every time that I'm thinking that I could be making a video or anything, it's just like, alright, because I mean, because every time I want to make a video, I really want to have the good energy. I really want to have energy to at least like do it and flow into it. It's just where I'm at. It just feels stagnant and everything. And I don't want to say my mom's controlling or anything, but she kind of is. I always have to call her where I'm at. I always have to tell her, like, I always have to lie to tell her where I'm going or everything else. And you know, it just sucks. I hate that I have to lie just to say, hey, can I do this so I can do this? You know, she'd be like, where are you going? I'm like, going to the store. Why? Well, I mean, I need to get so and so, and she gets upset because I have to go grab whatever at Walmart.
Papa?
Like, I can't just leave the house and just say, hey, I'm going out. I have to like be specific and say, hey, I'm going out. And everything else, and I don't know, it just sucks. I mean, I love my mom, I really do. I want to take care of her, but at the same time, it's just like, she needs to just like chill out. Cause like, I don't know, it's just like, I'm really trying to like do stuff, you know, like not only help her out but help everyone else out, you know. I want to lead. I want to live a perfect life where I don't have to have my kids work for me just for them to survive, you know. I want them so they can be at least comfortable, so I don't have to, you know, financially worry about their well-being. And I just want to at least be somewhat comfortable in life where it's not too bad. And that's just how I want to live, you know, and everything. I mean, like I said, I just need time, and I just need time. That's what it is mainly. I just, you know, it just sucks because I do want to live, but time is of the essence right now, and it's just a lot of time that I do need to do a lot and everything. So knowing that time is of the essence is just kind of
so beautiful.
Sucks.
Did you know that?
Because
I have no idea.
I don't know. Like I said, there's so much to do in one lifetime,
You're such a charm.
and I want to do it all. And I just need fucking money, money and happiness. I do need to be happy, and it's really hard. I mean, I've tried really hard to be happy, and I don't know. It's just I think once I leave, I can eventually have those happiness, and I can sit down, compress myself, and just think about what I need to do. Because eventually,
We should buy the baby socks.
because like all that stuff, it's just like I just need to know how to do it and everything.
If you like their socks,
But
then they might.
I don't know. That's just pretty much what's been on my mind. I don't know. You guys get to learn a little bit about me and so what and so forth. But you know, I mean, I really do love you guys and whoever supports or whoever just watches this video. It's rare that I get a couple of comments being like, "Hey, I watch your videos pretty much every day." I'm like, "What?" And it's just, you know, for 200 people, that's a lot of people, you know. 1 million people, that's still a lot of people. 1,000 people, that's a lot of people. You know, like, that's, I mean, hell, like 200 is a lot of people, you know. That's 200 people can't even fit in my house currently. You know, so try fitting in like, hell, even like 50 people is a lot of people. You know, you could barely fit like 15 people in here in my house. Because it does get crowded and spacey, but, you know, all that shit, you know. So, but yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy enough to think about that. So I do appreciate you guys, and I do a lot. I am trying to get my content better too, so bear with me on that, you know. I did start another channel called with a friend. It was already started. I didn't help create it, but it was already created before. It's called Blubhub, and yeah, I would say go ahead and check it out. He's got some pretty good content. We do have a podcast on there called the Blubhub Chat, or the Blubhub, or Blubhub Talks, or the Babbles. I don't know. I don't know why I can't remember the name. But yeah, we talk about video game addiction and stuff on there. I know recently we talked about the other. I don't know if the second episode's on there or not. But let me check on that. Oh, it's called Blubhub Babbles. But no, the second episode isn't up yet. But it should be, because that's a pretty relevant, was a relevant thing. But yeah, it's a podcast. Did you like podcasts? But like I said, I do appreciate you guys.
Okay, Mr. Charmer.
I ain't got nothing much
Chloe?
else to talk about.
Is something wrong?
And I think I still got 10 minutes of this video left. And everything else. Huh.
Where's Papa? Calm down, okay? Papa will be here any minute.
Where's my beautiful smart princess?
Weird. Okay. But yeah, I just hope you guys are doing all right. I hope
You are so
I
tall.
hope
She's full, Adam.
Four. Of course.
you're doing
So good.
quite all right.
Honey, I'm so sorry I'm late.
I hope you got anything
I
new.
haven't heard from you in 2 days. 2 days you've been gone. I thought you were dead. Did you think about us, about how we would feel?
The work trip was hellish. It was awful. I'm awful, I know. Come on, let's go to the cafe. I'm starving.
Adam, what the...
Don't fight with me in front of Kay.
But I...
Kay, who wants a big chocolate ice cream?
Me, Papa, me! I love you.
I love you too, good.
I don't remember that, and I don't want to hear it. This is too much. Poor Mama.
Yeah, I
Where are you
don't know what else to talk about. I've kind of exerted myself and talked
Mama is crying again.
through all these eternity.
Please go again, Mama.
There's a lot to talk about me and my life, I guess. I don't know if you guys can relate. I do art,
Fighting again.
I guess. I've recently done an art show called the Artcade, twice in a row. They're pretty fun to
I
do.
wanted to play with us.
I like them a
Where
lot.
is he?
It's a pretty prominent thing up in here in Oklahoma.
Where is Papa?
And everything. So, but yeah, definitely. Hopefully, yeah. I don't know. I just try to do well and do things in my well-being, and I guess so. I don't know what else to talk about. If I don't know. I guess enjoy the rest of the video, and cause I'm done. I'm done talking. I'm trying to think of other things, but
Why is Papa
yeah,
not
I mean,
here?
just try to expect some content, hopefully, you know, cause I mean, I do have a personal channel, but I'm gonna start doing some builds on my own, you know, building things on my Dungeons and Dragons craft, Minecraft, you know, type shit. So, but yeah, I appreciate you guys, and I'll see you in the next video.
I can't take this anymore. But I have to keep going.
So you made it this far. Congratulations. Are you happy now?
You again. Just get out of my way.
I'm doing you a favor. Just give up.
I can't. If I stop now, nothing will ever get better.
But it might get worse.
I have to try. What's wrong with it? This one is different. So far, so good.
A bad sister. You treated Sonny like dirt.
I was selfish. Yes, but I've changed. I will never let him down again, or anyone else.
Oh, so now you think you can interfere in everybody's lives again?
No, I just need to listen. I can help them.
Oh, poor kid. You're making it worse without even realizing.
At least I'm trying. I'm not.
the reason your parents are unhappy. Leave them alone.
What? No! They stayed together because of me. And because of Sunny.
In an unhappy marriage. Well, the truth hurts.
No, they were happy too. They just need to listen. And help each other.
Hey, you have no right to tell your parents what to do. Children aren't supposed to interfere in their parents' lives.
I don't care. I will help them. They just need me to listen. If it worked for Sunny, it will work for them too. I can do this.
So, you've made it further than ever before. But Kay, ask yourself, why are you still a monster?
I can fix it.